Well, time to move on then, and let's welcome our next management on the show, Jyoti CNC. That's the next management. It showed actually a good set of numbers in the past year. The past year on the whole as well, the growth has been good, but the pleasant surprise came on the margin parameter. Let's welcome Mr. Jadeja, the Chairman and Managing Director at Jyoti CNC. Hi, Mr. Jadeja. Good morning. Thanks a lot for joining in. Well, a super year, right? When you grow by 35% or thereabouts, some would argue they were expecting a 40 to 50% growth. Keep that aside. FY26, what kind of a revenue growth are you looking at? And this margin number, you were telling us 25 to 27% is the aspiration. You did 30% in quarter four. Sustainable?
Good morning and thank you very much. Yes, it was a wonderful year. And this year also we are maintaining the same momentum on FY26. We'll be on a range bound on a similar margin and the growth trajectory there.
Okay, growth. So growth in this vicinity of around 35-40%. And margins?
So growth is now based on our execution capabilities, and basically the way we have a robust order book are there, the way we will, let's say, improve our efficiency will grow furthermore. And margin we will be on a similar range in between 25 to 27.
All right, so you're being conservative. And just to clear the doubt, on growth, it will be 35%, right? Or more than that?
I say that now today we have a capacity is going to be constrained, and new capacities are add-on. There are upper sides are possible if the capacity comes early into use of that.
Okay, all right. I got that. Mr. Jadeja, good morning. Prashant here. Now, the growth in revenues is not flowing into cash flows. Cash generated from operations are negative at 16 and a half odd crores. Could you tell us why is that, and when do you become cash flow positive?
Basically, now we are just growing on a larger machines trajectory on aerospace and defense. And there are all the now pipelines and everything will be pulled. So I think this will be turned around, and we are looking in FY26 to be very positive cash flow over there.
Positive cash flow.
Can you give some more sense on that, Mr. Jadeja? By when does this cash flow turn positive? Which quarter? And also, just a sense on the top line growth itself. I mean, to what extent do you augment your capacity? Because I think a lot of analysts are pointing out that capacity constraints were one of the reasons behind growth perhaps being a little lower than what your potential is. So just a number on the capacity addition, and by when do you turn cash flow positive?
Yeah. So first of all, about the capacity, let's say we have just in the last third quarter, our capacity has reached to a 6,000 machine. And it means close to 1,500 machines in a quarter, and we have closed this in the last quarter is close to 90% of that. But in the total, let's say we have built it 4,100 close to the machine, so we can grow by 35 to 40%, not beyond that. We have another let's say capacity expansion is going on from 6,000 machines to 16,000 machines. That will be ready in the next June over here.
Next June. All right.
Cash flow positive, we are looking to be in the third quarter, it will be completely cash flow.
Okay, 35 to 40% top line growth this year and cash flow positive by Q3, right? Got that.
All right. One more matrix, sir, that we track, I think, is the throughput per machine. I think you had indicated that was gradually moving up as well. If I have the numbers correctly, it was at around 27 lakh and it had moved to around 30 lakh. What is the last updated number, and where is this number headed?
So this year we have clocked up to 44.5 lakhs.
40?
44.5.
45.5. And this trajectory will keep improving, because a couple of years ago it was less than 30 lakhs. Now you're telling us it is at around 44.5 lakhs. Will it continue to move up?
So it will be in a range of 40 to 50.
40 to 50 lakhs. All right.
It will be in a 40 to 50.
40, 50. All right. You've mentioned in the past, EMS and semiconductor, that's a big opportunity out there. If I got it correctly, it's still mid-single digits as a percentage of the mix. But I had asked you the last time as well, was there an inquiry from Apple with regard to a big order? Any progress on that front, or have you got that order?
Basically, it's purely a confidential parameter. I have last time also I told you that I'm not.
But you can give us some color, sir, some hint. You could. I mean, since you're so bullish about the space as well.
So we are doing very well over there, and entire not only the one company. We are in electronic manufacturing. We have great opportunities, and particularly in right now this tariff situation, a lot of manufacturing is shifting over here, and the inquiry level is also been increased very much over there.
So EMS as a percentage of the mix, what can it go to? And the big customer that we're talking about, will it get closed out in this year?
So we will see in a double digit in this year.
Double digit EMS. That means that big customer will be part of the order book at least.
Already they are all let's say
Already part of it.
It's a part of that, but we are going to be in the execution side also. We'll look for more than 10% over there.
This is a Mr. Jadeja. This is a mobile phone company.
Let's say this is very variety of component manufacturing being done on our machine.
I see. Right. No. So this is in EMS. You've got just to finish that point off. You've got one big client there, or you got several. For now.
We have many clients are there.
Okay. All right. We'll maybe talk. We'll talk more about this when you want to. Could you give us a sense of where else you're seeing opportunities? Which other end user industries there is buoyancy as far as demand is concerned?
Right now, in entire manufacturing sector, let's say today we are seeing more in a general engineering, and particularly even for EV manufacture components and everything also has been increased. Largely, we are seeing still to be aerospace and defense. And seeing in a geopolitical situation there, even the entire Europe is investing after 40 years, and our base are there in Europe. So we are looking to be a more, let's say, end user industries are aerospace, defense, and general engineering there.
Okay. You have manufacturing in Europe.
We have a base in France. We have our subsidiary company Huron. It's a base in France there.
Okay. And actually, have you heard more inquiries from European companies?
Already started. All the inquiries have been started. Germany is investing. France is investing. Italy and all European countries are investing there in a defense.
The general sense is most of this demand for defense for Europe will be met by US companies, US defense contractors. Is that assumption correct, or you think Asia, India, where local defense manufacturing is also being given a lot of push, will benefit as well? It's a broader question.
Yeah, right now it's all areas are pushing towards to that. Let's say India also is like that. China also has been like that, and Europe and US is always to be there. But now Europe is getting more and more into these areas.
Okay. All right. So on the working capital days, we had discussed this the last time as well. That was stretched. I think it was 330 days. But you had said that gradually you're going to be bringing this down. What was in the last year? What did it come down to? And I think ultimately you were talking about 170 days. By when?
So this year we have let's say in March 25 we have reached 180 days. So it's what we were discussing 1 year back to be 330 to 230, and this year we have closed it 180 days there now.
180 days, and there's scope for improvement?
So we are looking to be around 160 to 170 in this year.
Okay, all right. You also mentioned on Huron, that the new facility will be coming, I think, getting commissioned in the coming month, if I'm not mistaken, and that adds a good amount of revenue potential. So what kind of revenues did that do in the last year? What kind of revenue will it do in this year?
So basically, there we did close to 27 to 28 million euro, and the facility is going to be ready this end of this quarter, and works will start. So we will see in the next 3 to 4 quarters, we will have a more jump we are able to see into France there. The total capacity we have now reached up to 80 million, and we will augment this capacity utilization will reach within 2 to 3 years to reach the full capacity utilization.
Okay, I think Huran did last year, I think around 250 crores of revenues with around 8 crores of PAT. For this year, in rupees, what will it go deliver?
So we are looking to be, let's say this, the facility will come to us in a June, July to be put to use that. So we are there also, we are looking to be around 35 to in between 50% of a growth rate.
35 to 50%. All right. So you'll be approximately at around 350 crores plus from this facility. Right? Ballpark correct?
You are nearby.
Okay, all right. Final question before we let you go. EMS, ultimately, since there's such a big potential, I think the last year it was a little bit muted. This year, you're telling us it'll go to double digits, but ultimately, the plan is to get it to 20-25% of the mix, right?
I says 10% plus.
10% for this year, but ultimately, the plan.
More than 10. I says more than 10. Let's say based on that, all the companies are also coming over here and making their own infrastructures. Once their infrastructure ready, our returns will come there to put the machines on. So you will see in next year and all will be very quick on that.
All right, Mr. Jadeja, we will leave it on that note. Thank you very much for joining in. That's Jyoti CNC with the projections for this year. Stocks holding up.